go back on there and change the time. Hold on, let me just. I didn't even think I was gonna make it. Okay, I got a new name. You like it? I got a new name. I changed it to QLM Radio. Stop playing with them. Hold on, let me get this. Let me get it together over here, real quick, real fast. Oh, I'm glad I got my water right here. Let me get the background. Luckily, I got this header copied and pasted. Excuse me, so that way I have nothing else to do. Okay. What number are we on? Let me see. Positivity vlog. I need an uppercase V and an uppercase P. Do we know what number we're on? 62. 62. Pew. Pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew. It was the time. 11:56. Sheesh. I barely made it. I barely made it. Ah. Cover up. I know. I ain't got nothing. Let me see if I got something in my pocket. Oh, I do got a sock. I do got a sock. Hold on. Let me see what this background look like real quick. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. And then what was this one look like? I'm gonna have to adjust it. I'll adjust it. Let me see. Hold on. Remember what I said? It's better late than never. Wipe your face. Just wipe your face. Wipe your, please. Whatever you got going on, wipe that. Adjust your brightness. Probably help. Oh my goodness. Happy Sunday. Kevin did not drop today, so we're on the Wolves and Finance. So sorry. And then we're going to jump over to the NPR. That's what made me change the name. We got to go over to the NPR. It was something going on about this. Elon said that he's trying to take AI. He's trying to get some data centers in space. Remember, who was that? Who was that was talking about Elon and was saying that his time would be off? Like, he's right, but his time would be off. And so he's trying to get some, because he's obsessed with space. He's trying to get some data centers in space. There were some lawsuits going on. I have to let you read the article because you would think I'm making it up. There was a lawsuit. I know one was in Los Angeles. Let me just pull up. Technically, I have the link that I could for surely just because you'll get out of sync. Hold on. You will get out of sync if you try to go to. I'm gonna check and see real quick. Because I thought I was gonna be able to airdrop it to myself, but I probably just have to send it in a message. But I forgot that I have my messages not syncing. Hooked on gambling. Okay. Globe. Okay, okay, okay. We're not that far. We're not that far. We're not that far. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we're good. We're good. Hold on. Let me find it. This one was funny. Tax refunds are trending a bit higher this year. Oh, because people were spending their money on groceries and rent. I'm sorry. What else? What else was I supposed to spend my tax refunds on? Tax refund on? Besides groceries and rent. I had to give it to the credit card companies first. And then I had to wait for them to make it available. And then I had to, because you got to pay them first. They the ones who be, they don't want that. Where is it? See, that's, I might have to. That's why I have to save them. Cause let me see if I can search. Okay, she says verdicts. Now, let me tell you what happened with Google and why Google sitting over here talking about YouTube is not considered. Let me find it. I can't believe Google sitting over here talking about YouTube ain't social media. I'm sorry, wait. Let me find it. I'm gonna read the article. Here it is. Look, there it is. Meta and Google both plan to appeal the verdicts. Meta says teen mental health can't be linked to a single app, and Google says YouTube isn't social media. Uppity B say, wait. What? I'm sorry. Excuse me? YouTube isn't social media. All I have to do is I can ask Yahoo, and Yahoo says yes, YouTube is considered a social media platform. That's Yahoo. So, this was, I ain't been over there on NPR in a minute. They was having some issues. Just like everybody. I wouldn't say everybody, but who is that? Associated Press, whoever it is, AP News, because Associated Press. People be having issues with free speech, free press. I didn't know we was gonna get to this point in society where we can't even, voice our, where was it again? Gulf of who? Mexico or anyway, it was some lawsuits going on. Now this was an interesting read. Verdicts against Meta and Google may bring a new era of big tech accountability. This right here was a really great article. Shout out to Shannon. And then look when it dropped, 6 a.m. on the 3rd. And so, because it started with one and then it went to another one. It started on Grindr. I gotta go to Wolves and Finance, but we'll be back. It was a great read. I was all into it. I was like, and then I got down to the part where Google talking about YouTube isn't social media. Let me go over here and see. What's his name again? Damn, I forgot. What is his name? He'll say it at the end.
5 minutes. Once every 2 weeks on clean, dry skin.
Let me see.
You just pour one of the serum ampules in.
There's been a growing scandal over reports that Erica Kirk went shopping at Aloe for a yoga outfit the day after Charlie Kirk's murder.
The gift just keeps on giving. Now, I saw the thumbnail. I had no idea what that yoga pants was talking about. Let me check the stats. 268,482 views 17 hours ago. Let's just figure out what happened. So you need some new yoga pants. She don't have no hips, no booty. So if anything, you should have been trying to get the yoga pants with the cuff to it. You know, with the, but
Candace Owens said she does not think the aloe purchase is important.
oh,
And so let's jump back into the substance. Forget the crop top, okay? I didn't cover the crop top. Aaron didn't cover the...
oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry. I gotta pivot. My peripheral. I apologize. I usually be on it. Mina. Hold on. It's a lot going on with that. It's a lot going on with that name. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. Crop top.
I disagree with Candace.
Ooh.
I think this is extremely important because it establishes a timeline for what happened in the 24 hours after Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Oh, let me do it. Okay, I believe I should be good on audio, but I can check. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that the audio was audioing. Where's Madeline? Madison? Yeah. Where's Madeline? Is she done? Yeah. Are you done? Go ahead and wrap it up, man. You need to get you something to drink. Huh? Do you need to get you some water? I usually be in the chat, but I apologize.
A user on TikTok named Marcos Bits leaked receipts he had received of purchases under Erica Kirk's name at a clothing store called Aloe.
Okay.
In case you do not know who Marcos Bits is, he's not some random person on TikTok.
Was he the one that made the video about the billionaire something? Madeline, do you need a snack? Huh? Are you done with your snack?
I'm thinking Candace Owens does not know his background. Marcos Bits has actually broken several major news stories, including allegations of inappropriate behavior by James Charles.
So I also just want to draw attention to a snap that you took a photo of, in which Evan messaged several people, including you, alleging that Kayla was lying, that he's actually the victim, and bragged that James Charles was on his side, giving him guidance on how to navigate the situation. And what prompted that entire conversation was Kayla going live and alluding to the abuse. Is that correct?
That is very correct.
I just want to include that as just further evidence.
Yes.
This was very fair and thoroughly documented reporting at a time when everyone was scared to say anything bad against...
going crazy. Ooh, look at that eyeshadow. And them lashes. And them eyebrows. It's the hand for me. Let me see if I can get it.
Charles. Then in the following news story, Marcos Bits talked about the Kamala Harris campaign and said she was making mistakes in her social media strategy.
So on August 27th, I posted a video critiquing the marketing strategy of the Harris campaign. I highlighted reasons why I thought their current strategy would ultimately not be successful, as well as ways they could have adjusted it to prevent an outcome that was statistically likely, but not being accurately represented or taken seriously on TikTok.
Marcos Bits was majorly canceled on TikTok for being critical of the Democrats. And he was not even against Kamala. He's Canadian. He was just trying to help, and he was right. Kamala Harris was screwing up, and she lost the election. He was right. Why did no one listen to Marcos Bitts? These types of stories take courage, and we should recognize that.
Okay, like yours.
Now Marcos Bitts has uncovered information about Turning Point, and he is being canceled again. Fox News published an article on the Allo scandal where they were incredibly critical of Marcos Bitts, describing him as the influencer who posted the receipt has been extremely critical of Kirk and previously called her a crazy blank on TikTok. Fox News should be ashamed of themselves. This extremely misrepresents his video, which contains some very valid criticism. I have never seen a major news corporation try to cancel a TikToker. This is crazy. This poor guy has now been canceled by the Democrats and the Republicans.
Yes.
I was just here to get my water.
Oh. Did you need a snack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, like your background.
I know, I made it. I had painted it. Seth taught me how to do that.
How?
If you screenshot, it doesn't matter what you screenshot. You could just screenshot something, and then you type on the screenshot, and then you have to use you should have it on your iPad.
Oh, yeah.
You have to use the crayon,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just change the color. And so, he taught me how to do it.
Seth.
Mm-hmm. He taught me how to, he had made one on my phone, and I was using it. And then I had made my own. I was like, oh, I like that.
So he made that one?
No, this one is mine. I made that one.
Oh, he made...
I believe this one was his.
Oh.
These two. This one and that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just nice. I liked it. He probably wasn't thinking about making art. He was just covering up Seth Cohen's face. But yeah, go ahead and get y'all a snack so y'all can get rid of the medicine is done with her snack. So she should leave your nose, man. Leave your nose. Right. Give those rings a break. Give those rings a break. I guess. Are you done with your snack?
No.
Okay, well hurry up, because obviously you're going to have to brush your teeth again.
This tells me this is someone we can trust.
Okay.
I think we should listen to what he has to say.
Okay, what he got to say?
For the first time in modern history, college student graduates are more unemployed than high school students. Today, those jobs are...
So I got an email today from someone that works at Allo. I'm going to...
Okay, so it wasn't him. It was they child.
Of course, keep their identity anonymous. This person emailed me, and I'll put it on the screen, that they work at Allo, and they looked up Erica's account. And it appeared that she had spent over $1,000 buying Allo clothing the day after Charlie was... I can't remember everything she bought, but it was all black clothing. Obviously, it's not that important, but I personally found it super sketchy. I also don't know. And then she says something about where Erica lives. I'm not going to include that. You can see it clear as day on the receipt, which I will show you guys for transparency, that Erica Franzfey, her maiden name, purchased 1,000.
Not you using Franzfey. The day after. Wow. Franzfey is crazy the day after. That is crazy.
$1,043.30 worth of clothing on September 11th, 2025 at 11:10 a.m.
I, like many people, found this to be very suspicious behavior. If you've ever lost someone close to you, you know that you do not wake up the next morning and go buy yoga pants. This is extremely strange behavior from a grieving widow. Now, I know that Candace Owens does not think this is important,
That's cute.
but I would like to ask Candace Owens a direct question.
What?
When you found out about Charlie Kirk's death, what did you do in the first 24 hours?
She said she
And
was
be
young.
honest, Candace, did you go buy yourself some yoga pants? I didn't even know Charlie Kirk, and I was devastated. I didn't go on a shopping spree. Elizabeth McCoy, the wife of Mikey McCoy, released a statement claiming that the leaked documents were misleading.
Ooh.
She said Erica did not buy the clothes. She said, "Hey, the Aloe purchaser here. Yes, I went with my mom and bought clothes for Erica and many others because not one of us had anything on us besides the clothes we had been in the whole day at the hospital and slept in. Aloe was right down the street. Stacy generously paid for everything. Think twice and consider evaluating things through a little grace perhaps when you guys go down your next rabbit hole. I also went to Target and bought underwear, socks, and toiletries for everyone and passed them out to everybody in the hotel lobby. Shocked face emoji." We are going to go through Elizabeth McCoy's tweet line by line, and I'm going to show you why I believe almost everything in this post is a lie. Turning Point has continued to support Elizabeth's explanation when Frank Turk talked about it in a speech.
When Erica shows up, all she has is the clothes on her back. And now there are conspiracy theorists putting out nonsense like Erica went on a shopping spree. Nobody had clothes. I didn't have clothes. I had to put scrubs on. We threw our clothes away. Now you know we had to go to the store and buy clothes, yeah. But that doesn't stop the conspiracy theorists, huh? They say they know what happened.
So Frank Turek, who was riding in the car with Charlie Kirk's body, had his clothes covered in blood. Now, I would have thought those clothes would have been evidence, but apparently those clothes were all destroyed. Isn't that convenient? But that was not Erica. Erica's clothes were not covered in blood.
Right.
If Frank Turek destroyed his clothes, why would that make Erica need to go shopping? Something is not right about this story. And it seems like they're trying to emotionally manipulate us while trying to hide what actually happened.
Well, I think they were saying, you know, she needed clothes. You know, like, just change in. You know, for the next day. Right? Ain't that's what they were saying? Hey, we're going to need some clothes. Did they stay in UVU tonight or did they leave out? It's probably what we should know. We're trying to figure out. Did they stay tonight or did they...
Look at the receipts. They reveal some pretty interesting things.
What? Zach, damn. Loyalty over 3 years. Uh-oh. 8 orders. Oh, shit. I'm looking. I'm trying to... So you had 8 orders. Oh, zoom me in, please. Uh-oh. Then you got your little gift card that you didn't use. Franz Faye. That's the name that she been using. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, we got purchase history. Stop playing. Okay, July 13th, 2025. Okay, so you spent $71 on the 13th of July at 4:08 p.m. and then turned back around and spent $1,500 for 17. Same day. And then here we go again, September 11. Early. Let me see what that got to say. Because then, okay, so you just spent a total of $5,287 and a penny over 3 years. It's this Franz Faye for me, but ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that. I'm like, why are you using your maiden name? Go ahead.
To start with, the purchase was made in person at the Aloe store in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh.
If you do not.
City, Utah. Okay, we still in Utah.
Aloe is a high-end yoga clothing company.
Okay.
They sell overpriced yoga clothes that are considered trendy.
Okay.
The purchases were made under the loyalty account in Erica Kirk's maiden name, Erica Franz Faye.
Just said that.
There has been a rumor going around for a while
Uh-oh.
that Erica Kirk was using her maiden name in private.
Ooh.
When I first heard that rumor,
Don't bring that. Don't bring that up. Y'all know how I feel about that podium. Y'all know how I feel about that podium. I don't know why Zach would do that. I don't. You know how I feel about that damn podium. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off about that podium now. Ooh,
I dismissed it. I thought it was crazy. There's no way that is happening. It's too bizarre. But this is the first time we have actual confirmation that rumor is correct. The loyalty account is listed as having been created over 3 years ago under the name Erica Francevey. That would mean the account was created sometime in 2022. Erica Kirk married Charlie Kirk on May 8th, 2021. That means that a year after she is married, she's setting up online profiles using her maiden name. That is very strange. What is going on in this marriage? Now, I realize that not all women take their husband's last name. That is fine. I have no problem with that. But Erica Kirk very publicly took her husband's last name, and then apparently, in private, continued to use her maiden name. That is very bizarre to me.
For yoga page.
Women out there, please confirm to me in the comments. Is it weird that a woman would do this? Let's go back to Elizabeth McCoy's statement.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Hey, the Allo purchaser here. The word purchaser is a very specific legal term.
Okay.
A purchaser is a person or entity that acquires property, goods, or services in exchange for valuable consideration.
Okay.
Now think about this carefully.
Howie Mandel here. We all know the feeling of getting home after a long day and just wanting to But the world keeps coming at you, the kids, the emails, the traffic. It's an...
Okay. Is it me?
How is Elizabeth McCoy the purchaser? The purchase was made under Erica's loyalty account. It was paid for with Stacy's credit card. I'm assuming that is Stacy Sheridan, who always seems to be hovering around Erica Kirk. In no way does Elizabeth McCoy qualify as the legal purchaser.
Uh-oh.
At most, she's a receiver of a gift of one of these articles of clothing. Just because she is present does not make her the purchaser. In my opinion, the very first statement of her post is an absolute lie.
Uh-oh.
Why is she telling a lie during a murder investigation?
Uh-oh.
And this is a very common problem that keeps happening. Why do all these Turning Point people keep lying over and over again?
Hugs.
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 Hearts.
Hugs.
Oh, you got a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hello.
Don't scream in my ear.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. She got 8 people.
Hugs. Hearts. Good night.
Good night.
Can y'all cut that light off in the kitchen? Did you brush your teeth again, or you? Never mind. Right, that's what I was asking. Did you brush yours again? No. Oh. Madison, did you brush yours again? No. Okay. Well,
The one thing Elizabeth McCoy does not do in this post is explain if Erica Kirk was there in the store. You will notice that she does not deny that Erica was there. I think we need more explanation from Elizabeth McCoy. 1, why did she lie in her very first sentence? And 2, was Erica Kirk present? I believe she was there because the purchase was made under her loyalty account. If she was not there, we would have to believe that Elizabeth McCoy went to the store and typed in Erica Kirk's secret loyalty number that she would not have known. Nobody believes that is what happened.
Well, maybe she ordered it online and then she went to pick it up for Erica Fronsfay. Isn't that what she said in her post? Something about.
So it seems like Erica Kirk was there, and Elizabeth.
Let me see what her post said, because I thought she said that she had when and picked it up. She ordered it online and did
A murder investigation. And this is a very common problem that keeps happening. Why do all these Turning Point people keep lying?
Let me see if I could. I should have let it play.
In my opinion, the very.
There we go. Okay. Yes, I went with my mom and bought clothes for Erica and many others because not one of us had anything on us besides the clothes we had been in the whole day at the hospital and slept in. Ella was right. Down the street. Stacy graciously paid for everything. Okay. They so loud. Okay. Oh, okay. So y'all went to the store. Everybody shopped. They got some stuff. Picked out some stuff. Why y'all need yoga clothes? I don't understand. Why you need yoga clothes though? But anyway, okay, so Ella was right down the street. Oh, hold on. So then that means y'all was in the area. Salt Lake City. What was y'all doing in Salt Lake City? Because I thought that this happened in Provo. Am I tripping? Can you close that curtain? What is it?
Where's my gray blanket?
Right there. I'm gonna need y'all just go and cut your fans on and lay on down. Cut them lights. Cause I hear y'all talking. Slide that curtain for me, please. Thank you. Salt Lake City. I thought we were supposed to be in Provo. Is that close? I don't know. But she said Ella was right down the street. I think that's what's really got me thrown off. I'm like, I understand that y'all may not have had no clothes because everybody was just like, jump on the private jet and let's go. And we'll just grab some stuff, whatever. Okay, I do understand that part. Somehow y'all was down the street. Down the street from where? Well, Ella was down the street. I don't know. This setting is throwing me off a little bit. It's the yoga clothes for me. Okay, but Stacy paid. Okay. Think twice. Okay. All right. Let me let Zach finish.
Statement of her post is an absolute lie. Why is she telling a lie during a murder investigation? And this is a very common problem that keeps happening. Why do all these Turning Point people keep lying over and over again? The one thing Elizabeth McCoy does not do in this post is explain if Erica Kirk was there in the store. You will notice.
She did. She said to Erica about it. She said Stacy about graciously paid. So this was an in-store purchase, and Stacy paid for everything. So everybody was able to just kind of pick, shop, whatever. Okay.
That she does not deny that Erica was there.
Wait.
I think we need more explanation from Elizabeth McCoy.
Salt Lake City, Utah. Let me see what Salt Lake City is, because I'm trying to figure out, is it near Provo? Wasn't that where we was at? Let me see. Well, give me a second. Let me just see. Okay, Provo is here. And then Salt Lake City is the capital, ain't it? That's true. What What we doing in Salt Lake City? Isn't UVU in Provo, Utah? UVU. Who is that walking? Oh. Okay, I got UVU right here. Utah, where is it? Is it? Let's go back, cause where is UVU at? Utah Valley. Yeah. Utah Valley State University. Where is that? Orem. Oh, why did I think we was in Provo? Orem, Utah. Wait, it's Orem. Hold on. It's in Provo. Okay. Oh, the tech. Okay. Man, I knew I wanted to motherfucking driven. Let me let him finish.
1. Why did she lie in her very first sentence? And 2, was Erica Kirk present? I believe she was there because the purchase was made under her loyalty account. If she was not there, we would have to believe that Elizabeth McCoy went to the store and typed in Erica Kirk's secret loyalty number that she would not have known. Nobody believes that is what happened. So it seems like Erica Kirk was there, and Elizabeth McCoy is trying to cover it up.
Okay, but if she was there buying some yoga clothes, is that going to be a problem that she was going to buy yoga clothes? I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I like this little painting in the background. I'm nosy, and this little lamp, that little she ain't had no clothes. But she needed to get some yoga pants.
Explanation that these purchases were gifts for Turning Point employees. According to her, this was a selfless act. It was about generosity. I think that is also a lie. Let us look at the purchases. Here's the full list, which totals over $1,000. We know from Elizabeth's statement that at least some of these clothes were purchased for Erica. So we can make an educated guess on who these items were purchased for. We know that Elizabeth was there, Stacey Sheridan paid for it, and we think Erica was there. Between those three, Erica is more on the chunky side.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
Making fun of her weight, we just have to figure out the truth here, and we have the sizes of these clothes. Purchases were made for someone who was medium, small, and extra small.
I thought that damn Erica was extra small.
With yoga clothes, there's not a lot of variation in size.
Sure.
So I think this was for 3 separate people, which makes sense because we're talking about Elizabeth, Stacey, and Erica. Just seeing photos of these people, I believe that Erica is a size medium, Stacey Sheridan is a size small, and Elizabeth McCoy is a size extra small.
Well, she did just have 2 kids. Well, she had 2 kids.
That matches.
Oh, let me see. He keep clicking away from it. Okay, so we got a Dreamscape button-down long sleeve, extra small, long sleeve, for $111 for a long sleeve button, but it is button down. Okay, high waist Dreamscape trouser. Oh, so these aren't yoga clothes. We got some black trousers, size small. Ooh, $148. Game Time full zip jacket. Full zip. But it's I might see the picture of that one. $158 for a full zip jacket. Oh, but it was gray. Okay. Goodness gracious. And then we got some more high waist. Okay, but these is the Pursuit trousers. These not the Dreamscape trousers. These are the Pursuit trousers. They're still black. Now I need a medium, but it's still going to be the same price, $148. Ooh, my goodness. These prices, Lord. Ribbed Sea Coast. Hold on. Goodness. Ribbed Sea Cost long sleeve. And this is ivory. That's a small, but that was only for $68. Okay. Because, you know, it could be like a small for the top and then a medium for the bottom. You know, just a little wiggle room. Anyway, Aloe Soft Scup Precision Short Sleeve Top, $74. My God. Then look, First Class Blazer, black, small, $248. $248 for a blazer is... See, they ain't even buy shit. $81 in taxes. Right there. Everybody got what? Let me see. We only was able to get one blazer. 2 long sleeves. 2 trousers. So we didn't, 3 people ain't getting no clothes. Right. I got a long sleeve. I got another long sleeve. And then I got a short sleeve. Okay. And then I got a blazer. And then I got a jacket. What you need a blazer and a jacket for? But you see what I mean? And then I only got 2 pair of pants. So somebody didn't get no pants. Because I got the high waist Dreamscape trousers. And then I got the high waist Pursuit trousers.
Exactly with what was purchased. Erica would have received 3 items. Stacey Sheridan would have received...
He's going off of sizes. He's here talking about Erica would have got 3 items.
McCoy is a size extra small. Well, that matches exactly with what was purchased.
That's a shirt.
Erica...
He's saying Erica would have got 3 items. Okay, hold on. Let me see how he puzzled it together. Short sleeve top. Trousers and a jacket. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Received 3 items. Stacey
Sheridan would have got the small. She would have got the blazer. She probably would have got the damn blazer for $248, $250. Yeah, and then with a long sleeve and then some trousers. And then I guess she just got a shirt. She was like,
would have received 3 items, and Elizabeth McCoy
get you some pants.
Received 1 measly long sleeve shirt. If that is what happened, and I believe that is what happened,
Okay.
how misleading is it for Elizabeth McCoy to say, I am the purchaser?
Right, when you just said that she bought the shit for you. Crazy.
Thinking about Erica, Stacey, and Elizabeth going on a shopping spree for themselves. And when they get caught,
It's not a shopping spree, sir. We're going to get clothes because we don't have any. Zach, chill, damn.
to claim that this was an act of generosity for the Turning Point employees.
Did she say that in that, never mind. Well, I think she said that about Target and the toiletries. Never mind.
It's a massive lie. If I have this wrong, please correct me, Turning Point.
Yes, you got it wrong.
Here's the reality. Your college degree took 4 years and $100,000. AI skills.
$250 for a blazer is crazy. You know how much I would have spent at Goodwill for that? It wouldn't have never been the same blazer, but it would have been like close to it. $250 for a blazer is crazy. Oh my
the
God.
exact names of the Turning Point employees that received these items from Aloe.
Toiletries.
Because I am betting that it is Erica, Stacey, and Elizabeth, not an act of generosity.
Oh my God.
If you do not believe me,
What is this?
we have the photos from that day when the Vice President, J.D. Vance, showed up and met with Erica Kirk.
Those pants.
It looks like Erica is wearing the same pants that were purchased that day at Aloe. Those look to me like size medium, high-waist Pursuit trousers.
Oh, you probably should have stuck with the small, because, oh.
Try to...
And how much was those again? $148 for them basic ass pants. High waist. How? Where? These basic ass pants for $148. And they ugly.
Wrong.
Do they got pockets? The ugly ass pants.
She is wearing the yoga pants.
How are these yoga pants? I'm so confused.
I think these yoga pants should be entered as evidence in the court case against Tyler Robinson.
This is a stretch. The yoga pants? Really, Zach? Come on, bro.
If the yoga pants fit, you must acquit.
So damn, those pants are hideous. Oh, and then the long sleeve. Look at her with that, holding that damn necklace, Lord. Oh my God.
He's also wearing what looks like an aloe jacket.
Yeah. The jacket. Is that the full zip? Or is that the quarter zip?
We know this because you can see the logo on the sleeve.
Yeah, for sure.
She would not likely wear the jacket by itself, so I am betting that she is wearing the other purchased item under the jacket, the medium aloe soft sculpt precision shorts.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Dreamscape button down low, and then she got it tucked in. Wait, no, she had all medium. The full zip jacket, yeah, that's what it was. Okay, I thought it was a quarter zip. It's a full zip. Oh my God, let that finish.
That way, she could have a complete set.
Right.
So when you start to realize all the details here, it looks to me what happened was they found out the vice president was going to show up. And these three girls decided to go on a shopping spree so that they would look good for this photo op.
Zach, it's. I thought these were like yoga pants, not these.
And that is exactly
suit windbreaker. Like, child, we were there under the
what people are criticizing. This does not appear to be the act of generosity that Elizabeth McCoy is claiming. It seems like it is exactly what people think. It seems like selfish, psychopath behavior from a grieving widow.
Oh my God, this is such a stretch. Zach, we need clothes. We didn't pack nothing. We just hopped on the private jet and we stopped in Salt Lake City, Utah. What? Why are we in Salt Lake City, Utah? I'm not gonna be able to let that go. I want to, but I'm gonna let Zach
What
finish.
bothers people?
For some reason, I just can't let that go. Why are we in Salt Lake City? Like, we're in Orem. Provo. UVU, Okay, so it didn't change names. It was Utah Technical College, then Utah Valley Community College, Utah Valley State College, and then UVU. Why is the assassination of Charlie Kirk over here on UVU Wikipedia page? This is some bullshit. This just completely blew me. I didn't even see that down there. Damn, that just blew me. My eyes is itching now. I don't think I got another paper towel. Let's see what I got. Oh, I got that sock. It's clean. Why is this on UVU's? They got Timpanogos on here. They got the Losi Center on here. Approximately 300 feet. What struck in the net? Pronounced later and after. What? Why is that a part of the Wikipedia? I was just trying to figure out why we in Salt Lake City. Let me just let Zach finish.
Is not the fact that Erica Kirk bought the clothes.
Sure.
I can use myself as an example.
Okay.
I don't own many black clothes.
Okay.
So if I was in a period of mourning,
Sure.
I would want to go buy some black clothes.
Sure.
That's something I can understand.
For sure.
But I am pretty sure I would not even think about my clothes for the first 24 hours. That is something I would do days later.
Well,
But
you're not a female, Zach. What are you talking about? Sorry, we do wash our ass. And sorry, we do like to change clothes.
And if it was something that was an immediate need,
Right.
when you lose a family member, especially 24 hours after, you're usually surrounded by friends and family who would offer to do things for you.
Okay.
So I would probably ask my friend, can you go to the store for me and buy a couple black shirts? You would not go to the store yourself and put in your loyalty number. That is what is strange.
I feel like this is a stretch, Zach. I'm just going to put that out there. This just feels like a stretch to me. I unfortunately just don't see no problem with you going to the day after. It is the day after. I'm like, damn, I spent all day in them clothes. Please, can I at least have something to change my clothes in, Zach? Damn. You can't go nowhere. You can't shop. You can't buy no clothes. You can't buy no yoga pants. Jesus Christ.
If your husband was just assassinated, you would not care how you look.
I'm a female. This is coming from a man, you guys.
Not care about what clothes you're wearing. You would not care about the vice president, and you would not care about the photo op.
What would you tell a man who can scroll for hours but can't work for 10 minutes and hates himself for it every night?
Tell him his brain isn't broken. It's starving for dopamine and grabbing it wherever it can. We start feeding it correctly Monday.
I'm 42, high IQ. Everyone said I'd be successful. Instead, I scroll for hours, start projects I never finish.
Guys, literally, think about it. Before the body was even cold, she woke up in the morning, went online, and bought this cheap clothing.
Cheap? Nigga, did you not see that $250 blazer? I know he tripping. Talking about cheap. Pipe it down, eyebrows. Pipe it down. Pipe it down. Ain't nothing cheap over here with a $250 blazer. Blazer is crazy.
And got it shipped to her house. And
Wait. I'm sorry. I thought we was in store making this purchase. Where is you getting this information from that it got shipped?
Really not trying to be over dramatic here, but I think this is one of the most significant pieces of information we have
Remember, this was the dude that was never mind.
covered so far, because it's so telling of who she is. For those of you that have suffered a loss, for example, even if you suffer the loss of somebody who is maybe a grandparent, someone that's older, who you knew was getting sick, when you find out that they're gone forever, you are catatonically depressed. You cannot get out of bed for days. You're in a state of shock, even when it's not shocking. Even if you knew the person was sick for years. And then for those of you listening to this who maybe have experienced a very sudden loss, maybe someone wasn't assassinated, but maybe it was a car accident, maybe it was something of that nature where you had absolutely no idea something like this would happen. You're shocked. You're shocked. You won't be able to go to bed. You think you're in a nightmare. The husband was publicly assassinated. And you went on a shopping.
Y'all over here tripping about this bitch. You're going to go buy her some damn clothes. I'm like, if she would have showed up with the same clothes, y'all would have had something to say then. I'm like, oh my God, y'all just trying to find any goddamn thing at this point. Jesus Christ. Like, y'all just gonna find anything. Y'all blowing me. Y'all blowing me. I'm still blowed about $250 for a damn blazer. A blazer. Bitch, that's a jacket. I mean, it's a formal jacket still, but I'm like, you gotta be living the life to spend $250 on a damn blazer. Do we even know what a damn blazer look like? Cause she spent how much on them ugly ass pants, high waist. Man, shut the fuck. Hurry up. You're gonna piss me off. I'm irritated.
To Aloe, of all places, but to anywhere, but to Aloe, to buy gym clothes, to buy like a yoga mom outfit.
They did look comfortable now, but still.
Please tell me I'm not crazy. Please. Somebody please tell me I'm not crazy, because this is actually so insane and I won't be able to sleep tonight.
The timeline of all of this makes it even worse.
The day after.
It is still unconfirmed what planes everyone was flying on, but in general, we know that Erica Kirk arrived by private jet into Provo Airport around 3 p.m., got to the Timpanogos Hospital around 4 p.m., then went to Salt Lake City where she spent the night. Then the next day, she purchased the clothing at Alo at 11:10 a.m. She then met with Vice President J.D. Vance, and Air Force Two departed from Salt Lake City with Charlie Kirk's body around 3:30 p.m.
They rushed that damn autopsy, didn't they? The next day? Is that even standard? The next day?
The flight to Phoenix is about 1 hour and 15 minutes. So Erica is going to be back home by 5 p.m. She is purchasing the clothes at Alo when she is going to be home in 6 hours. The point is, they did not need new clothes. They were going back home. Elizabeth McCoy's post said, "Not one of us had anything on us besides the clothes we had been in the whole day at the hospital and slept in." This is so misleading.
For one, because you weren't at the hospital the whole damn day.
They were maybe at the hospital for 1 hour.
Look, I'm like, you damn sure went at the hospital for the whole day. Now that's a stretch. Talk about you ain't get there to 4, 5 o'clock, 3, 4-ish, 3:34-ish, and then
We're only in Utah for 24 hours. How many costume changes did they need? One set of clothes is normal for traveling. The story that nobody had any clothes is ridiculous. And this brings us to her Target comment. Everyone realizes that when you travel,
when the fuck did you make it to Target? Like, when did you make it to Target? Before Alo? Or was it after Alo? I mean, it could have been after. I don't know. Target is one of them stores. Well, never mind.
Not unusual to stop off at a store and pick up items that you need. But the Target trip the night before has nothing to do with the Alo trip the following day.
Oh, the night before.
Small steps, big changes. Just start it. My goal was to get more toned as soon as possible. My daughter recommended this app, so I decided to.
So you went.
Here is
You didn't have no clean clothes.
Target.
Where is it? Let me see. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay, I see Target. Child, they will pull up that damn Google map for you. Oh, it's 2 Targets.
Here is Alo. They are all the way across town from each other.
But it's another.
They have nothing to do with each other. To use Target as an excuse is again completely misleading. If the Alo trip was because of a desperate need for clothes like they claim, why didn't they buy them the night before at Target?
You know, brand power hit different. I'm just saying, you know, that logo hit different when they, oh, you got that from Alo. Okay. I'm just saying.
I will tell you why. Because they probably did not need the clothes. The fact that they did not buy them the night before when Elizabeth was already at Target shows that they did not need them.
Shout out to Target, because they do have some decent clothes now. Shout out to Target.
This is gaslighting. It is emotionally manipulative, and it is a lie. It would be so much better if they just told the truth.
They can't.
Just tell the truth.
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
What I believe happened
If
is
they
that
only bully Elizabeth ass, just say something. Tell them that you, never mind.
Erica Kirk wanted to look good when she found out that she was going to have a photo op with the vice president. Just say,
I don't even know how the hell she thought that looked good, because that outfit looked stupid as shit with the jacket tucked into them high-waist ass pants. I'm like,
that. It would be so much better than Turning Point making up all these lies. But for some reason, Turning Point is trying to desperately cover up
that Drewski
story. I think it's hitting a nerve because it is revealing some truth.
Oh, he's gonna hit a nerve. You call the ass chunky. Oh shit. That's one thing you don't do, Zach. He know that. I think he really just trying to get under her skin because he know one thing you don't do is try to call little itty bitty chunky. Damn. No, that was just, very disrespectful when he did that. Talking about little chunky. I'm like, well, he said chunky of the three. Don't do Erica like that.
Erica Kirk was acting suspicious in the 24 hours following Charlie Kirk's murder, and everyone is starting to notice.
Bye-bye, some damn.
I want to hear from you. Do you think the Aloe shopping spree is suspicious? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit...
female. And I'm like, ooh, I do need to change clothes. Yeah, we saw Tekashi. He out. He's out now, and no, let me just check the algorithm real quick. Let me just mind your business. Look, it's still fun. He's so stupid.
Some of the healthiest wings you'll ever eat. I know you've never seen wings cooked this way before. Yes, I'm putting them in boiling water.
Woo! We boiling the wings now. We boiling the wings. We need to get a grip on it. All right, I'll do it. Let's begin. Okay, so we're gonna take our boiling water. We're gonna dump in our wings. Apparently diabolical, just instant diabolicalness. We'll get the diaper out of here. And then we just let this go for like 5 minutes. All right, to this beautiful concoction, we're going to add a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of chili powder. Okay, so now it's time for a cup of low sodium soy sauce. Now we gotta let this just reduce and cook down. Honestly, don't smell bad. I was talking major dookie on this, right? I'm gonna trust the process. So we got them reduced down like this. We're gonna add a tablespoon of ketchup and a tablespoon of honey. My kitchen smells great. I have no reason to doubt this anymore. Are my ancestors crying? Maybe. Here's some ketchup, honey. Toss all this around. Dijon mustard too. Tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Okay, now get this. He said that we add a tablespoon of pomegranate jelly in here too. I do not have pomegranate jelly, so I'm gonna do strawberry. That's all I got. Don't get in my ass. A pomegranate's really just a bougie strawberry, right? Kinda, sorta, maybe, not at all. Fine, whatever you say. We're also supposed to add a little bit more water and let it reduce down, so let's do that now. So we're gonna let this cook down and then we are about ready, I believe. These wings actually kind of look like something. I'm not talking crap because if you know the guy who made this video, he is the most unserious dude in the world. So I was expecting this to be some bullshit, but these actually look like something. Hold on. We started with boiling water. And the strawberry jam, that'll be damn. Okay. Let's see. That's goofy. That's goofy. Wow. 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 Like, it's not amazing. No, it's actually pretty damn good. It's just... First off, fall off the bone. I guess that's what happens when you stew something for damn near a half hour, right? They are pretty damn salty with all that soy sauce, even low sodium. But they're sticky, they're sweet, they're very spicy, and the meat is so tender. And that sweetness is so warm and inviting. Hold on, let's try a wingy. And that little hint of fruitiness too is so goofy that it works. For what it is, considering we started with boiled water and wings, this is like an A. I'll be damned. This is like an A. Y'all go ahead and try these. Have a good ass day. One note, I do.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you was gonna be talking at the end. Well, all that extra ad lib shit. All right, let me just. Gas pumps are acting strange. Don't talk to me about gas. 425.
Gas.
He's still not gonna put a sign on there. So the next person's gonna come up and get robbed if they don't pay attention.
It's running very slowly. It's not on.
It's not a theory. It's not a maybe. This is just straight up wrong. So lately, the gas.
I don't even want to talk about gas because the gas prices are ridiculous. Y'all know it. We know it. I don't even want to think about it. I convinced myself today. I was like, just go and get you some gas because we don't know how this next week and a half gonna go. So just
Folks, the UFO files are getting out. There is a certain kind of.
let me put this on mute because I'm just scrolling and everybody's talking. It was just tragic. I was like, you know what? Oh my God, you guys! I'm at 497 subscribers. I'm at 497 subscribers. Yay, we're getting so close. Oh my God. Oh my God, we're getting so very close to the 500 mark. So very close. I'm just scrolling. I'm just trying to see, man. Maybe I should go to Adrian. Or maybe I should go to the Mike. That's probably what I should do. I just cry because the way Sundays is set up. Kevin didn't drop. I think Cole probably got about another 30 minutes before he get it. I need some breast milk. Kevin did not drop a video today, and it really threw me off because I thought that like he was gonna drop. I don't even think Niecy dropped anything either Friday. I believe I checked, and she ain't dropped nothing. So we can either go to what is it? True Crime. I was looking for the word. It's True Crime Sunday. I need to make that a hashtag. True Crime Sunday. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go to Adrian, if I want to go to Mike. He was talking about that weird ass dude from Daryl. I just don't want to, I can't deal with Daryl. You know, he had, let me see what Adrian talking about. The guy who had ran into everybody at that parade, the PTSD. It was like so many old people there. Like just, so heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking. It really was. Like, to hear all the people who, you know, had to succumb to their wounds. Who am I looking for? Coffeehouse Crime. I couldn't think of his name. Where is he? Oh my God. I don't think I'm following Adrian on this channel. On this channel. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, honey. Who is this? I don't know who that is. Okay, that's probably what it was. I wasn't too keen on these two that he had. I should have went to Giles. But I thought that you know what? Let me get up over here. Oh no. That was me. Hold on. Because I had exit out of YouTube. I'll just keep it up here. Let me clear my cache. Goodness gracious. First night out. Let me go on over here to okay. My bad. I did say that we was going to NPR. It'd be so much going on. All right. Now, shout out to Shannon. This is her article that she wrote. I read it, and it was quite interesting. So let's read it together. In 2017, Matthew Herrick sued the dating app Grindr after his ex-boyfriend used fake profiles to harass Herrick and send hundreds of strangers to his home. I can't imagine having random people pulling up to your house. Oh, I'm from Grindr. Herrick's lawyer, Carrie Goldberg, argued that Grindr had made a, quote, defective product because the company claimed it couldn't stop the harassment. But the case was thrown out on the grounds of a long-standing federal law that says online platforms aren't responsible for the content people post. We appealed and lost every appeal, Goldberg said, and then the case was ultimately dismissed. Now, stick with Goldberg. That's the lawyer. That federal law, Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act of 1996, has long been a shield that has stopped many lawsuits against tech companies in their tracks. But in the 9 years since Herrick sued Grindr, cracks have started to form. Courts have become more open to arguments that tech companies can be held accountable for the way they design their products. The argument Goldberg made in the Grindr case. Decisions about how apps work and are monetized are things that, in my mind, the platform should be liable for if they get it wrong and injure somebody, Goldberg said. In 2021, Goldberg sued Omegle, a video chat site accused of enabling child sexual exploitation. And the site shut down after the two sides reached a settlement. The same year, 2021, an appeals court said a lawsuit against Snapchat over a speed filter feature involved a deadly car crash could proceed, rejecting the company's argument that the case should be thrown out on Section 230 grounds. Snapchat went on to settle the case in 2023. Now, of course, obviously, I don't know nothing about no Snapchat. Speed filter feature. I have no idea what that could be, what that could mean. I know what a filter feature is. Speed. You lost me with that one. The product liability argument takes a chapter from the legal campaign against big tobacco in the 1990s. A playbook advocates for tech accountability have embraced. So, remember, they have the label on all tobacco products now. So, we'll just put the label on there and be it as you may. Right? If you smoke while you're pregnant, that's on you. We have it on the label. If you get any kind of cancer, that ain't got nothing to do with me because we have it on the label. Interesting. Interesting. So here we go. Last week, that legal strategy scored its highest profile victories yet in 2 separate jury trials in Los Angeles and New Mexico, focused on how social media platforms can harm children. Please continue. In LA, the jury found Instagram owner Meta and Google's YouTube deliberately designed their apps to be addictive, contributing to the mental health struggles of a young woman who started using the apps as a child. It awarded her $6 million in damages. Excuse me. I thought that Instagram had a age restriction. How did you start using Instagram as a child? How did you start using Instagram as a child? I'm just inquiring. Like YouTube, you know. Listen, she got YouTube Kids, so but Instagram, you started using Instagram as a child? That's a bit of a stretch, but the New Mexico jury ordered Meta to pay the state $375 million for failing to protect young users from child predators. Now, how did you come to that conclusion? Oh, please tell me, how did you come to that conclusion? I mean, you must have had some evidence, right? The company could face even more penalties in a second phase of the trials set to start in May over whether Meta created a public nuisance. New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres has said he will also ask the court to force Meta to change its apps to make them safer. Quote, "This is the dawn of a new era, with people finally getting to hold tech platforms responsible for the harms they cause," Goldberg said. Chatbots, gambling apps, video games could be next. Sarah Gardner was outside the courtroom in downtown LA when that verdict came down. She leads the HEAT Initiative, an advocacy group that focuses on online child safety, and says the recent verdicts mark a turning point for that work. It's just created a different playing field than we had even a few months ago, she said. Meta and Google both plan to appeal the verdicts. Meta says teen mental health can't be linked to a single app. And Google says YouTube isn't social media. Ultimately, many expect the Supreme Court will end up weighing in on this legal theory of liability. Google said that YouTube isn't social media. Now, and I don't have a problem with YouTube Shorts. This is me confessing that I do not have a problem with YouTube Shorts, okay? But I will admit, once we got YouTube Shorts, we can agree we're a social media platform. Once you got them YouTube Shorts, once you implemented YouTube Shorts, we can both agree that you're social media. Community post. We're posting pictures. We got like this community post. We're going live. But this ain't social media? Google. Don't do that. Don't do that. But there are already more similar lawsuits underway. Thousands of related cases against social media platforms are working their way through state and federal courts, while other cases are also being filed against the makers of video games, online gaming apps, and artificial intelligence chatbots. The credit rating agency, Moody's, counts more. The credit rating agency, Moody's, counts more than 4,000 pending cases targeting 166 companies alleging addictive software design. That includes a lawsuit filed in Massachusetts state court a day after the verdict against Meta and YouTube was delivered that accuses the sports betting sites DraftKings and FanDuel of fostering gambling addiction. The suit argues that the gambling apps are designed to encourage compulsive use, including by targeting users with personalized bonuses and urging them to keep betting. Quote, we're not just showing that, hey, they spent too much time on this app and it caused them to lose money, said Jennifer, what is that, Hoekstra, a partner at the firm. My God, too much reading. Whoever firm that is, with all them people, Witkin, Kress, Overhertz. It's personalized itself to you, Hoekstra said. If you don't log in for 72 hours, it starts telling you, hey, if you made a bet on this match, you could have made this much money. In a statement, DraftKings said it will, quote, vigorously defend against these lawsuits. FanDuel didn't respond to a request for comment. Advocates hope the early legal victories against the social media platforms will generate momentum outside courtrooms, too, to pass long-stalled tech regulation and to force change in Silicon Valley. Quote, if you go and look at what really changed the tobacco industry, it wasn't one thing. It was everything together, said Gardner, the child safety advocate. When it comes to tech, she said, the question is, how do you actually create enough pressure that it will change the business incentives? The only way they're going to change their behavior is if you internalize the cost of safety, said Matthew Bergman, of the Social Media Victims Law Center, which represents the plaintiff in the LA trial against Meta and YouTube. His firm has also sued OpenAI and the other makers of AI chatbots, alleging they have contributed to mental health crisis and the unaliving incidences. OpenAI has said the cases are, quote, an incredibly heartbreaking situation, and that it's working with mental health experts to improve how its chatbot responds to signs of mental or emotional distress. Berkman said that while the financial damages levied on Meta and Google so far are small compared to the tech giants' multi-trillion-dollar valuations, these initial verdicts send a clear message to the tech industry. If you grab them by the pocketbook, their hearts and minds will follow, he said. I think when I read it, I had got up to here. I had stopped here. This is where I had stopped. All this was new. FanDuel didn't respond for comment. That's where I had stopped at. And so it was interesting to get to the end. I saved myself a little snack, a little donut at the end. And then look at the editor's note at the end. Google is a financial supporter of NPR. Child, I'm over here now. Trying to figure out why you trying to downplay that we not social media. It's crazy. Disrespectful if you ask me, but you know. Now, I'm telling you, man, that them YouTube shorts have your ass scrolling. That's why I ain't over there on TikTok, because I'm like, I already know that doom scrolling be going crazy with them YouTube shorts. Problem, though, is how do we get to addicted? That is just crazy. I'm a little confused. I'm like, I don't know how we got to addicted. Like, that's a stretch. But then again, I do have to delete my app when I get off. I ain't even gonna hold you. I definitely would delete my app. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm talking about I hit the delete. Hell no. Watch out. No, thank you. Because I just know. I'm telling you. You have to know. You have to know. And it's okay to just delete the app. And just, whew. That's how I ended up over here on NPR. Find something quiet to do. Because, you know, you go on YouTube, you know, they have like the little videos where that you can watch no sound. You know, like the little carpenter, anybody building something, the rug cleaning videos, it really just be like, listen, let me tell you something. If I get on YouTube, you know, between like 3 and 5, my algorithm will shift drastically. That's the only thing that'll be on my app. Quiet videos. No, you don't need a, she ain't coming up. She ain't coming up. Listen and watch nothing. Listen for nothing. I'm just coming to like watch something quiet. Or them compilation videos, you know what they're like. Anyway, moving right along. That just really just, I was so disrespected by that. We're not social media. Bitch, what? That was the only thing I could think of. Leslie Jones, and Coming to America. Uppity B say what? Like, we're not social media. I went straight to YouTube. I mean, I went straight to Yahoo. Yahoo, is YouTube social media? Yes, it is. I'm like, why they say that? I don't know. I feel like I hear Cole. Hold on. I do. Look. Yes. I said it. I had about 30 minutes. Did I hit it on the head? I hit it right on the head. I was like, give 30 minutes. He's going to be looking for some titties. Open your roll. Open your roll. I did give me some more water because you should be 100% there. 7%. I am in charge. So it's not enough. Let me see what's going on with this charger here. Was it the block? My robe is closed. I did get me some nachos. Because I hate to breastfeed. So I'm big hungry now. This charger break. It's done. Okay. At least for now. I know that Elon said he was trying to get, let me see if I can find it. Data centers in space. I think I was just searching for him, right? Because trying to find him is crazy. I'm gonna have to find something to this one. I'm gonna have to find something to watch because I'm finna get ready to eat my nachos. Let me just refresh my algorithm real quick. See what I mean? I'm telling you. Look at the algorithm. Always. No, we can't play no music. Look at my algorithm. That's why I said refresh. Look at my algorithm. What time is it? 1:41. Look at the algorithm. This is the algorithm. This is the algorithm right now. For one, I don't know none of these people. What is this? I don't even think I've seen it.
Shit ain't what it used to be, is it? This nigga Puff got 50 months. I don't like talking about this, but I'm gonna do it. Here's my thing about Puffy.
What is he smoking?
And I gotta state my bias.
Parliament?
Years ago, I got attacked on stage in California at the Hollywood Bowl. Now, this was a long time ago. At this time, Charlie Kirk was alive and well. Well, this is another reason it's hard to talk in America, because, you know, if you talk for a living and see Charlie Kirk get murdered that way, I'm gonna be honest, nigga, I was shook. I mean, Charlie Kirk is the wholesome white guy, and they killed this motherfucker. I said, these whites. We've never seen him like this. They're playing for keeps. And then remember the next day in the news, when all the information was still shoddy, they came out, they were like, apparently there were transgender messages inscribed on the bullets. I was at home like, oh no! I'm dead as fried chicken. And then weeks later, they said what was written on the bullets. One of the bullets had Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella, Bella, Bella Ciao written on it. Another bullet had written on it, if you're reading this, you're gay. I was at home like, nigga, I'm gonna need to see these bullets. How the fuck is this nigga writing whole paragraphs on bullets? How big are these bullets? What is this nigga, a watchmaker? He can inscribe all this shit on a bullet? I'm not making light of Charlie Kirk dying, but I'm not sure what it means. And I'm not sure I believe what they say it means. I'll tell you what I don't believe. And the whites were quick to say this. They said, Charlie Kirk is this generation's Martin Luther King. No, he's not. Yeah, that's a reach. You know, they both got murdered in a terrible fashion. They both got shot in the neck, but that's about where those similarities end. It was Charlie.
I didn't even know Martin Luther King had got shot in the neck. Imagine that. Interesting details. Interesting details.
Is a motherfucking internet personality. No, by design. Fundamentally, he can't function like Dr. King. Internet niggas are negative because they have to be. Because nobody will engage them unless they say shit that makes them upset. That's Charlie Kirk. Could you imagine Dr. King was behaving like Charlie Kirk? Smash that like button and subscribe. Follow me for more content like this. I believe all black people should be free. Change my mind. The Congress took a vote that October 14th will be Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day, and everybody voted for it. No, I'm not gonna boo it. You can remember, no. Remember that nigga if you want to. And remember him however you want to. But I do know that most of those Congress people voted for that because they're afraid of political violence. I'm telling you, it's easier to talk in Saudi Arabia. I was on stage not long ago in the States and niggas got mad because I said, well, you know, maybe Puff will get off. And I said, I hope so. And the crowd was like, boo. Okay, look, it's not that I think Puff is right, but when I got attacked in LA at the Hollywood Bowl, people forget Puff was the guy that tackled my attacker. He saved my life. It's a hard nigga to be mad at after that. I had security that night, but you know what I mean? They just wasn't ready. Them niggas had some slippery shoes on or something. They ran out. All them niggas slipped and fell. And Puffy got my attacker and tackled him. And then years later, when I heard about that baby oil, I was like, what did those niggas slip on? $1,000 bottles of baby oil, that's a lie. Remember, he wasn't on trial for having 1,000 bottles of baby oil because it's not a crime to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil. It's gross. It's not illegal. And I'm gonna tell you something else I haven't said, but this is true. In LA one night, I shouldn't even tell, fuck it. I've been to Puffy's house.
Okay, a lot of people have.
No, I didn't see, look, no, I didn't see none of the stuff they said in that trial. I walked to that nigga's living room, house was clean, traction on the floor, nothing slippery, walk right through. Perfectly normal evening. The only thing in hindsight, but at the time it didn't mean nothing to me. I didn't think about it until after I found all that stuff out, but in hindsight it was fucked up. But we was on his back patio, and we was drinking and laughing, talking, and then Nick Puff starts swirling his drink like this, and he goes, so Dave, he goes, what are you into? You know me, I was like, I don't know, nigga, books, video games, I didn't know that was my big chance to fuck Cassie. God bless her. I'm not making light of her. What she went through was terrible. But remember, because they kept showing this video of him beating her up in a hotel hallway. It was a terrible video.
But he went on trial for that.
But he wasn't on trial for that. If you remember, he paid her for that before the federal charges ever came up. He paid her $35 million, is what I heard, which doesn't make it right, but I mean, come on, nigga. I do know niggas that have fought Floyd Mayweather for less money than that. And them niggas had to fight for 36 minutes. But Cassie is a gangster. She did something that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. She had to testify about her sex life. Boy, that's tough. God save us all from that. Anything you say about sex publicly is going to sound bad. Even if you're talking about fucking your wife face to face. The judge like, tell me about when did you fuck your wife face to face? Yes, Your Honor, I did. But what could you describe the? Well, yes, I looked at her in her cold, bored eyes, and then I pulled those big panties aside, and it's like a bush that just screams, I don't give a fuck, and I just, you know what I mean? Just power through it, you know what I mean? Cassie had to do way harder than that. Them questions, they was asking all kinds of
weird shit.
Did Sean Combs pee in your mouth? I was like, oh my God. She didn't hesitate. Yes, I'm sorry.
I don't even know why we got the clip of that.
I've seen plenty of power banks over my 15 years of reviewing tech, but this Ridge one quickly became a favorite. So this?
Full version.
Here we are.
Look, this is a different one. This ain't even the same thing. I ain't gonna be going through that. That was just a clip. Or what was that? The last? Hold on, let me see. It's a different one. I'm almost finished with my nachos, matter of fact. Let me just go to...
There will come a time when the hidden eye reopens.
So Pooh Shiesty had a problem. If you don't know Pooh Shiesty, he's a rapper from Memphis, Tennessee. Now, Pooh Shiesty's problem is he was just arrested by the FBI for allegedly abducting and then robbing a rap legend named Gucci Mane. But here's the craziest part. Gucci Mane is not just a rap legend, he is a label owner. In fact, Pooh Shiesty is signed under Gucci Mane's label. Pooh Shiesty calls up Gucci Mane. He said, look, I don't want to be signed under you anymore. Gucci Mane said, So, yeah, the thing is, Pooh Shiesty makes a lot of money for the record label. He's a big rapper. So Gucci Mane said, why am I going to let you out of the label when you make me a lot of money? Pooh Shiesty said, how about we have a meeting and talk about it face to face? Gucci Mane said, I don't see why not. Well, let me tell you why not. You see, Pooh Shiesty and his father are heavily associated with the streets in Memphis. Apparently, Pooh Shiesty don't be playing about what he raps about. And he raps about getting down and dirty. Remember the song Back in Blood by Pooh Shiesty and Lil Durk? Well, that song wasn't for you or me. It was allegedly directed to a person he actually robbed, and he was telling them, come get your jewelry back in blood. It just happened to turn into a hit song. Gucci Mane said, yeah, that song did make me a lot of money. You think he upset about that? Let me just hire security. So Gucci hires security. He goes over to meet Pooh Shiesty. Now, here's where things start to get wicked. Because let's just say there's a lot of evidence against Pooh Shiesty. So Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Mane entered the meeting. Now, Pooh Shiesty, something I forgot to tell you, he was arrested recently for a charge. He's on house arrest. He walked into the meeting, he get a phone call. Ring, ring, ring. Pooh Shiesty said, hello? The person on the phone said, yes, Mr. Shiesty, this is your probation officer. What are you doing in Dallas, Texas? Pooh Shiesty said, no, I was approved for like recreation. I'm on vacation, all that. The probation officer said, no, you're not. Go back to your house. You are on house arrest. Pooh Shiesty said, Probation officer said, boy, when I hang up this phone and blink 3 times, I better see you in the crib, Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty wasn't at the crib. How did the probation officer know Pooh Shiesty was in Dallas? Well, because Pooh Shiesty got himself an ankle monitor. So Gucci Mane said, look, we can do this another time, Shiesty. Shiesty said, no, let's just do this right now. Come on. They go in the recording studio. Shiesty said, look, I'm going to keep it simple. You know, I want to be out of the label deal. Gucci Mane said, nah, we're just going to keep it like this. Pooh Shiesty said, no, you're not listening to me. The two start getting a little agitated, things start getting a little heated. Shiesty looked at one of the people who came with, he said, go get me my black bag. Gucci Mane said, you better watch out. I got security outside. Pooh Shiesty said, I count about 2 security guards with you. I got some friends too. Another rapper named Big 30, Pooh Shiesty's dad, and about 6 other dudes rush in. They give Pooh Shiesty what he was looking for in that black bag, and it was he brings it out and says, Gucci, so let's have that discussion again. The rest of these folks are armed as well. They take over the studio, block the door. That's why that kidnapping charge is there. Simply put, if someone doesn't allow you to leave a location, that's basically kidnapping. Pooh Shiesty's father brings out a contract saying Pooh Shiesty is let out of the label deal. They give it to Gucci Mane and say, look, Gucci, we need you to sign this. But here's the thing. If you have on somebody, no matter what they do, no matter what they sign, that contract is not going to count. So Gucci Mane says, yeah, sure, I'll sign it. Signs it. They record Gucci Mane signing it. They say, okay, we got you signing it, Gucci. I mean, you did it. Gucci's like, yeah. Pooh Shiesty looks at his dad. He said, this is going to count, right? Pooh Shiesty's father looks at it. He said, oh, no, this is not going to count. Gucci Mane forgot to date it. Gucci Mane put the date on. Gucci Mane said, oh yeah, here's the date right here. There you go. Then Pooh Shiesty and the rest of his folks rob Gucci Mane and his folks. Pooh Shiesty and them leave. They're caught on surveillance camera leaving. They get them outside in their cars. Pooh Shiesty's cars register them leaving. The police were called. The police pull up. They said, what happened? They said, yeah, Pooh Shiesty and them robbed us. The police said, y'all do look injured, but we are going to need some more evidence. Let's look at the surveillance footage. They look at the surveillance footage. They said, oh, look, it's Pooh Shiesty. They call Pooh Shiesty's probation officer. They said, hello? Probation officer said, yeah, Pooh Shiesty over there in Dallas with Gucci Mane and them. They said, yeah, that's what we thought. They hung up. The police went to the local Staples. They said, boy, you won't believe this. Pooh Shiesty's dad was just here and he printed out a contract. It looked like he wanted somebody to sign. The police said, well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. The police looked at each other. They said, it's like them boys wanted to get caught. Ring, ring, ring. When the police gets an alert, he said, what is going on Instagram? He sees some of the goons out there posing with Gucci Mane's jewelry. They said, the police said, oh, you can't make this up. They called Pooh Shiesty. They said, Pooh Shiesty, go ahead and turn yourself in. Pooh Shiesty said, y'all want me to turn myself in right now? They said, yeah, just come on in. We got a spot for you. Pooh Shiesty rolls up. Yeah, the FBI locked up Pooh Shiesty, Pooh Shiesty's dad, the other rapper, Big 30, the rest of the folks that was with Pooh Shiesty. This dude sounded damn near giddy while he was saying this press conference, reading out all the evidence. He said, boy, I got a story to tell y'all. Now, side note, I saw a lot of people saying Gucci Mane it must be a snitch since the police came in and did this whole thing against Pooh Shiesty. But what you gotta understand is there were other people in the room along with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane very well could have been the one that called the police, or it could have been the security again that Gucci Mane brought with him. Now, Gucci Mane calling the police, regardless, in my opinion, I'm saying this man is a label owner at this point. Like, you really think he's gonna let this one go? No, he's calling the police. And here's another thing you gotta understand. Even if Gucci Mane and the people around him did not call the police, the feds probably wanted Pooh Shiesty so bad that they couldn't contain themselves. They were probably gonna figure this out no matter what, either way. As soon as that man skipped out on his probation, I guarantee you the feds got a phone call. What you gotta understand is Pooh Shiesty allegedly was wilding out in Memphis and all that. So that's how they got him for that gun charge in the first place. So when you click on the police's radar, the feds' radar, especially as a rapper, they watch you and they're already compiling a whole case against you so they could lock you up for many, many years. They may let you go on a crime. They may let you go on another crime. But they always got their eyes on you. So when this report came out of Pooh Shiesty, when the police probably got called about this robbery, the feds probably did an instant backflip. They probably said, oh, we don't got to do all this paperwork, hawking them down and all that. We could just lock them up right here, right now. They said, for sure. And well, Pooh Shiesty is currently in custody. You got witnesses, you got camera footage, but by far the toughest thing going for Pooh Shiesty in this case is you got like 7 other co-defendants with you. If they get one of those people to flip for less time and say everything that happened, then Pooh Shiesty and a couple other folks might be going to jail for a very long time. Because the thing is, even though they have all of this evidence against Pooh Shiesty, well, if Pooh Shiesty gets himself a very good lawyer, the lawyer could be like, hey, you got actual footage of what happened in that room, or you got all this footage of Pooh Shiesty running around the city and all that? Worst thing Pooh Shiesty did was violate his probation. Hey, who knows? Gucci Mane could be making up all this stuff because Gucci Mane just don't like Pooh Shiesty. The prosecutor might say something along the lines of, what about everybody else that was in the room with Gucci Mane? Pooh Shiesty's lawyer will say, look, you just said it yourself. They were with Gucci Mane. They're just gonna say whatever Gucci Mane says. Who knows what actually happened in that recording studio? And well, a jury would have to decide. So again, the feds might do something like grab one of the people that were on Pooh Shiesty's side and say, look, we don't want you, we want Pooh Shiesty. We let you walk right out of here. Just tell us everything that Pooh Shiesty did. Or the feds might do something along the lines of just give him a really, really, really big charge that they might not be able to prove, but then give him another separate charge like violating his probation and slap on a lot of years for that. And a lot of times this is a way for prosecutors to get somebody in on a lot of jail time anyway. So if they can't prove that Pooh Shiesty robbed Gucci Mane, they'll just be like, look, Pooh Shiesty, we for sure know he violated his probation. We're gonna slap on the maximum sentence for that. Or we know he had that with him, we're gonna slap on the maximum sentence for that. Basically what I'm saying here is it just depends on the lawyer versus the prosecutor and what they could prove to a jury. We wait, we see.
Viral sound bites. AI music is now on Artlist.
Crazy to like the story, how viral it went. Because I mean,
there needs to be an immediate RICO or recall, whichever comes first, on Meta Glasses. I am Auntie. Okay, so I've kind of escaped this whole Meta Glasses pandemic that we are experiencing right now, but I have finally gotten got. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, Auntie got yesterday in the grocery store. Picture this. I'm in the bean section on the phone with my mother, trying to figure out which beans I need to buy for this particular dish that I'm making. I hear a person approach me. I look. I see a Nike Tech, I see Meta Glasses, and I see a light. Terrible combination. But it's okay because I'm PR trained. I'm incredibly PR trained. So what do? I smile. I look at the light. I'm not getting a clip. Nothing will be entertaining about this interaction. He says, I think you're beautiful. Also, I work night shifts, 12 hours overnight. I sleep during the day. I do everything at night. With that being said, you have to know tolerance is very low and I am not up for the shenanigans. Again, I am Auntie. But I was cut out for a time such as this, okay? I was prepared. He asked me a series of questions, and it may have been a little bit of rage baiting, but you won't get a clip out of Auntie. Now, at this point, I'm thinking that this person is just a random person trying to get their career off the ground, you know, because I live in a very small town. So I'm like, there's no way this man actually uploads this content anywhere. Why did that same night, one of my close friends sends me a video of kind of what happened to me? So I'm like, dang, that just happened to me. That's crazy. I click on the page. Why is it him? Everyone needs to go to jail. Everyone needs to be in prison. If you own a pair of Meta glasses, I'm coming for you. You won't be free much longer. This is outrageous. This is outlandish. To meet a person, a random person in a grocery store, and upload them to a page is crazy to me. Crazy to me. And now y'all are on my list. Y'all will have Rico coming.
I'm gonna approach this from a couple different lenses. The first thing that I'm gonna say about it, and with regard to this video, is that I think that we have to figure out. I mean, I don't know if you can say change the laws, because maybe the laws. There are First Amendment recorders that want to prove to you that they can record in public spaces, and they'll bother you, and I see that happening all the time. But now being secretly recorded, because with these Meta glasses, people have actually figured out how to disable the light. Of course they were going to figure out how to disable the light, and they're using it for even worse things than that. But, you know, to know that you can't even have a regular human interaction, you can't even go inside of a grocery store, because nobody is going to know that you're using Meta glasses right off the bat, is pretty disheartening that you can't even go shopping.
There needs to be an immediate RICO or...
Interesting, to say the least. How do I feel about the Meta glasses? How do I feel about Elon is trying to put data centers in space. Shout out to Jeff Brumfield. Standing before a friendly crowd in March, Elon Musk laid out his plan for the future of his companies, and it was literally out of this world. Musk announced that his space launch company SpaceX, which had recently merged with his artificial intelligence company xAI, would put data centers into orbit around the Earth. It all comes down to electricity, he explained. You're power constrained on Earth, he said. Space has the advantage that it's always sunny. Musk envisions, I'm sorry, hold on, give me a second. I am legions of data crunching satellites spinning around the planet, powering the AI revolution from above. It's the perfect pitch for taking SpaceX public. This week, Bloomberg reported that the company had filed documents confidentially to the SEC, or the Securities and Exchange Commission, with the goal of listing an initial public offering this summer. Musk also claims it makes financial sense. Quote, I actually think that the cost of deploying AI in space will drop the cost of terrestrial AI much sooner than most people expect, he said. I think it may be only 2 or 3 years. Others are skeptical. Musk's timeline is an, quote, optimistic interpretation, according to Brandon Lucia, a professor of electrical and computer engineering at Carnegie Mellon University. who specializes in putting computers on satellites. The napkin math looks appealing. And power is free up there after all. But it turns out there are a lot of obstacles to building a data center among the stars. Listen to what that quote just said. Power is free up there. Power is free up there. The global problem. Here on Earth, the problem is glaring. AI is gobbling up electricity around the globe. Gobbling up electricity around the globe is global data center. Global. Hold on. I got a new bottle. Because I knew that I was going to need one. Global data center power consumption is expected to roughly double to nearly 1,000 terawatt hours by the end of the decade. 1,000 terawatt hours. Decade. So what is that, 2030? Is that the decade? 10, right? Next 10 years, the end of the decade. Okay. According to an estimate by the International Energy Agency, 1,000 terawatts per hour is just... To fill the gap, some companies are building dedicated gas turbines, while others are investing in nuclear technology. It's not enough, according to Philip Johnston, CEO and co-founder of StarCloud, which is seeking to build orbital data centers. Here we go. Orbital data centers. We're very quickly running up on constraints on where you can build new energy projects terrestrially, Johnston said. Within 6 months, they'll just be leaving chips in warehouses because they don't have power for turning them on. Here we go with another pollution problem. StarCloud launched its first spacecraft last fall with an NVIDIA H100 chip on board. The company demonstrated the ability to run a version of Google's Gemini AI from space. And it plans to launch a second spacecraft in October. Quote, that has 100 times the power generation of the first one, Johnston said, though it's still expected to generate only around 8 kilowatts of power. Google is also pursuing the idea of building data centers in space through a project known as Suncatcher. It envisions an 81 satellite cluster that it plans to build in partnership with the satellite imagery company Planet 2 prototype satellites will launch in early 2027, according to the companies. Orbital data centers are an idea whose time has come. Orbital data centers are an idea whose time has come. Orbital data centers. That's what they're called, orbital data centers. They're calling them orbital data centers. Scoop bag, y'all in my face. Will Marshall, Planet's CEO, wrote to NPR in an email. Planet's CEO. So remember, Planet is the is a satellite imagery company. Satellite imagery company. Sorry. Orbital data centers are an idea whose time has come. Will Marshall, Planet's CEO, wrote to NPR in an email. When exactly it will be more cost efficient than terrestrial ones is debatable. But now is the time to be working on this. So we're going to be so So let me get this straight. Orbital data centers, right? We are so obsessed with AI that we want data centers in space. And the reason we want data centers in space is because the power, the electricity would be allegedly free. Obviously, you're gonna need manpower to build these in space. But now we're going to be polluting this space. Oh my God. It's fucking incredible. Let's pollute this space. Let's finish. Let's just finish. Let's finish. Everything must get bigger. To go from a handful of prototype satellites to something useful is not so easy. For one thing, the power requirements for the microchips used for artificial intelligence are enormous. The microchips are enormous. That's okay. To get a sense of just how much power is needed, consider the largest power producing facility in space right now, the International Space Station. The solar panels of the ISS are around half the size of a football field and produce around 100 kilowatts of average power, according to Oliver DeWick, a professor of astronautics. Goodness gracious, hold on. I have some water. Astronautics. I need an Altoid. That's what I need. I need an Altoid just so bad. I have to remember to get me some. I go to the store. The Altoids hit different. Astronautics. A professor of astronautics at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It's basically the amount of power that a single big car engine produces. To replicate a 100 megawatt data center in space would require a facility that's 500 to 1,000 times depending on the orbit. Is that feasible? Yeah, I think it's feasible, but not next year, and certainly not in 3 years. He must don't know who he talking to, because he must don't know who he talking to. You seen how fast he threw up his data center down there? Never mind. Let me just finish. And power is not the only requirement. The satellites also have to provide cooling to the microchips. While it's true that space is cold, it's also a vacuum. This means that when a satellite gets hot, there's no way to get rid of that heat. It just builds up. All of that heat that the computer generates has to be dispelled, said Rebecca Reed, a former NASA official, now at Harvard University's Belfer Center for Science and International Affairs. I didn't read the whole article. I just messaged it to myself, and I was like, just read it later. Ugh, God, this is so terrifying to read. Oh my goodness. Somebody please stop this from happening, please. The best solution is radiator. Oh, God. It gets worse. It keeps getting worse. Which moves liquids out to giant panels where the heat can be dissipated. So in addition to solar panels, an AI satellite would need another set of large radiators. When you put those massive radiators together with massive solar arrays that are required in order to power and cool, you're actually talking about really large satellites or very, very large satellite constellations. Reed said. An alternative is to build smaller satellites and fly them in preset formations called constellations. Such constellations allow the heat and power problems to be distributed, but to work. The satellites would need to send huge amounts of data back and forth. That likely means using lasers to beam data between satellites. But even moving at the speed of light, the time it takes to get data from one satellite to another is long enough to slow down computing. This is the most terrifying article I've ever read in my entire life. I'm telling you, like it. I could put it in top 3. I read something about the monkeys over there in North Carolina, South Carolina, or something. They had escaped. Was that like last summer or something like that? some lab. That one was pretty fucking terrifying. You go outside and you just see these damn monkeys like just loose. And they tell everybody to stay in the house, child. The monkeys on the loose. We don't know. It was something that happened where it was like a new person that had started working at this lab. And it's always somebody new that'll see it, the inhumane treatment. And they had left the gate open. And all the monkeys had escaped. And they had put an APB out on this little town, this little city. It was somewhere. That one was pretty terrifying to read that article, because then you get to see what they were doing to the monkey. But this right here, man, what the heck? Lord, we got lasers and radiators. Oh my. And we ain't even done. Oh, God. Let me finish. Ooh. Google's Project Suncatcher, because Gemini proposes flying groupings of satellites in extremely tight clusters to reduce that latency. Musk, meanwhile, has proposed launching upward of 1 million satellites and placing them in orbit around Earth's poles. He recently unveiled the first generation AISat Mini spacecraft with solar arrays spanning roughly 180 meters, or about 600 feet, during his presentation. Launching all that into space would cost money, lots of money. At the moment, it can cost around $1,000 per kilogram to launch a satellite into orbit. Google believes that cost must drop by at least a factor of 5 to 200 per kilogram before data centers in space will begin to make sense. Musk thinks he can do it with his new spaceship rocket, which is still in development. StarCloud's Johnston says Starship is central to more than just SpaceX's vision. He told investors, quote, "If you don't think Starship's going to work, don't invest in us." That's totally fine. Upgrading the server. Even if a company could get a data center into space, running it would involve a lot more than just moving microchips into orbit. Data centers on Earth are not just static buildings full of chips humming away, says Raul Martinek, the CEO of DataBank, a company that maintains 75 data centers, primarily located in the United States. They require constant maintenance and upgrades, all of which is done by workers. Fucking course they are. Oh, but no, let's take it to space. We get free electricity. Take DataBank's IAD1 data center in Ashburn, Virginia. The facility is 144,000 square feet, filled with rows and rows of black computer cabinets, which are filled with microprocessors. It's fairly run-of-the-mill as these facilities go, but it still consumes around 13 megawatts of power at any given moment. That's 130 times more than the International Space Station. We have vendors here every single day, says James Maths, who manages IAD1. Workers are constantly in and out of these data centers, installing new servers, upgrading microchips, and fixing things. And to stay competitive, space data centers would need to do much of the same. Some of that could be done through software, and Musk points out that chips can be rigorously tested on the ground before they're sent aloft. But the fact remains that the companies that rent data centers often want to access them physically for one reason or another. Martinek, who has spent decades in telecom, says he's not worried about space data centers taking business from his company. Quote, "It seems like there's a lot of ifs and a lot of achievements that would have to occur. Advancements, goodness gracious. It seems like there's a lot of ifs and a lot of advancements that would have to occur. And if I find it kind of hard to believe, and I find it, what did I get if from? And I find it kind of hard to believe that all of that could happen in 2 or 3 years," he said. No one in data center land is losing any sleep. I had no idea the trajectory of that article. Let's just put that out there. I had no idea. I saw it and I was like, data centers in space, interesting. And yep, so glad that was a very raw and authentic reaction to that damn article, because just imagine all of that pollution to space is daunting to think about. But it has been fun while it lasted. Trust me, it definitely has. We mere mortals did the best that we could, and I don't know how we could even dare stop them from but in the meantime, okay, love you, bye.